Okay. In today's session, we'll see the automatic receipts, the configuration undo. The process will test it whether the system is creating automatic receipts or not. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So fine. So, when you talk about automatic receipts, so based on the bank transfers or credit card payment or based on the terms what we'll have with the customer when they are making the payment, simply you can just turn the transaction into receipt with this automatic receipts functionality. So we'll see what setups we have to complete to implement this solution. Okay. So when you talk about automatic receipts, basically we have to set up receipt class and method for automatic receipts. Say create automatic receipt class and method. And other point is when we are creating the receipt, when system is going to create the receipt automatically, system has to generate the receipt number. So here we have a different options where you can go and set the document sequencing, or else you may copy the transaction number only as a receipt number. But anyway, we'll go with any one of the option, but we'll see what are the points we have to consider where we have relevant setups. And ledger level you can decide. The sequencing should work at what level. Okay, let me take simple point here as a the ledger options. The ledger options we can set. Okay, ledger options set sequential. Sequential numbering. Okay, in the ledger options level, okay, we have a specified ledger options. That level you can go and set the sequential numbering should work at what level, whether it should work at primary ledger level or it should work at a legal entity level. Those controls we have, we'll go and see that. Okay. After that, we'll go and create the document numbering for the receipt method. Okay, the receipt method will create for within the automatic receipt class. Will create the receipt method. For that, we'll set the document numbering. And what we'll do is, so customer. So when I talk about this, what we'll do is, for which customers this automatic receipts we want to create. For the customer, we have to assign the receipt method. Let me say, I'll write this way: assign, say automatic receipt method. Receipt method to customer. Okay, when you say customer, basically it's as a mandatory you have to set at site level, but we have options where we can set account as well as site, so that if you create new site, like from account, that information will get defaulted. And in the same way, we may create the customer bank account also, because here we'll take the case as it's a bank account transfers. Okay, so we'll set bank account details also to the same customer. Sorry. So this is what just we have to set, and when we are going to create the automatic receipts. Okay, so if you are going to have a multiple receipts, system definitely will be one or multiple, system will create the batch. To generate the batch numbering, we'll go and create the receipt source definition. Okay, so create a receipt source. This receipt source will create to generate the automatic numbering. And other setup we have like see, the point here is basically this setup when you compare with EBS. When you compare with EBS, this is what all options will be setting. So along with that, here we have to set one additional setup that generally we don't set in EBS. So when we are dealing these automatic receipts, say if you are dealing with the credit card payments, automatic system will create the receipt and it will be processing that information to payments, Oracle payments. From there you can route the process. But even if you are going to deal with the bank account transfers also, system will be expecting one setup that is nothing but internal pays. Okay, we have to define internal pays. Okay, if you don't set up this, the process and all, it won't work because its system will be looking for internal pays, which is it's a payables related setup. But this automatic receipts concept is connected with the payables also when you are processing the uh, credit card payments. For that reason, even if you are going to deal with the bank account transfers, it's a mandatory how to complete the setup. Just we'll see that it's all about simply we have to go and add our business unit into internal payees list. Then from our business unit, we'll be able to process the automatic receipts. Okay. Primarily, these are the setups we have to complete to implement automatic receipts. Once we're done with these setups, what we'll do is first testing will create one or multiple transactions. So we'll create transactions. Say let's create two transactions. Then we'll create automatic receipt batch. Then finally we'll find automatic receipts. Okay. So this is what we are going to see. The setup pointer first will create automatic receipt class and method, and you can go and specify what level you want to generate the numbering for the automatic receipts which you are going to create. That you can set in the ledger options, and then we'll create the document numbering. Okay, it's not mandatory all the time. That depending on how you are going to manage that. Anyway, we will discuss at the time of setups, and we'll go and assign the automatic receipt method to the customer, means for customer account and site level. The same time, just will go and give the specification of customer bank account details also, and we'll create the receipt source which will generate the numbering for automatic receipt batch what system will generate automatically when you submit the automatic receipts creation. And again, this is some additional setup which you have to consider. Okay, so we have to go and specify our business unit in internal pays list. Okay, so these setups we have to complete. After that, we'll go with this uh, transaction process. First, we'll create the automatic receipt class and the method. So here, go to our implementation project. Yeah. So create receipt class and the method. Receipt class. Just click on go to task icon. Then say create. I'll give the name as Fusion Automatic. And here I'll select creation method as automatic. And say receipt methods. Just place the cursor here. You can give the method name. Receipt method, I'll say Fusion Bank Transfers. Okay. And automatic processing options we can specify. Here what I want to do is receipts inherit transaction number. That means when I'm going to create the receipt automatic receipts, I want to copy the transaction number as receipt number. If you want to set, you can enable this option. And number of receipt rule, I'm going to say One per invoice. For each invoice, one receipt system has to create. Receipt maturity days early. Yes, I'm going to select earliest. And this lead days say 0. So no need to consider. Future due also to turn into receipts now. And customer payment method, I'm just selecting bank account transfers. Now I'll go with the remittance bank account details. Just add the bank account details. Same process. So how we do in the EBS, same. Okay, you may see that additional step what we discussed. And this is our business unit, Fusion US business unit. Select our bank account details, Fusion Bank, Fusion corporate account. A minimum receipt amount to create automatic receipts are $10. I'm just specifying. And here we know like we have to give the respective account, but just I'm going to copy and paste the same account to complete the setup. Select receivable activities here and say save and close. Okay, done. Fine. Okay. So now we'll go to the ledger options. There we can specify what level you want to generate the sequential numbering. Okay, we can see that. So to go to ledger options, we know we have a task called as specify ledger options, right? Specify ledger options. So this is the one. Okay, select our ledger. If you scroll little down here, you can see sequencing. Okay, what level you want to set sequencing, that you can specify. So I'm going to set it ledger level. And if you need sequence and force document numbering, it's not mandatory to set. If you want to go with that option as you want to set as receivables, yes, you can set. In that case, you have to create accordingly. But here not required. But already at the time of receipt method definition time, we given copy transaction number as a receipt number, right? So for that reason, it's not required. Just enable this sequence by ledger. That is enough. Okay, and you can say save and close. Okay, we're done with that. Now just to understand how to create the sequence, we'll see. Like if you are not going to enable copy it from transaction number, in that case, the document number which you create, that will be useful. And you will just go and create. But in current case, based on receipt method level, whatever the checkbox we enabled, it is not required. But just we'll go and create for our understanding and information. Okay. So here you can search for receivables document numbering, document sequencing. Okay, manage receivables document sequences. And say create Fusion bank transfers. Application, you can take receivables. Here module you can take as a receipts, or you can take as a common receivables. Anything you can take, there won't be an issue. It will accept. You can take as a receipts. This is related to receipts, right? You can select receipts. Okay, or else I'll go with a common. Won't makes any big difference. Take common receivables. The type, say automatic, and determine type. I'm going to select it. This should happen at ledger level. Reason ledger, our ledger level also be given the same. You can select it, or else we have a different options. What level you want to generate the number? BU or ledger or legal entity. Okay, these specifications we can give. I'm just selecting ledger. The start date I'm giving. And say enable this. Click on create. Select document sequence category. We give a name as it's nothing but the set method fusion bank transfers. Method automatic start date and ledger value. Since we given here determination type as ledger, you have to select ledger here. Select and say OK. Then save and close. Okay, we just done with this setup, but in current case, like based on our configuration, system will ignore this setup, right? We know. Okay, if you want to just use this setup in terms of number generation, you can just go and disable the checkbox at the receipt method level as not to copy transaction number as receipt number. Okay, done. Now what we have to do is the same receipt method we have to assign to customer. Go to customer. So manage customers. Just 1 second. Okay. So we have two customers, customer 1 and 2. We will go with the customer 1. First go to account. Just click on account. And under payment details, you can add the receipt method. This is our receipt method, fusion bank transfers. You can mark it as a primary. And here you can go to under payment instruments. So instrument can be, the process can be credit card related bank account transfers. Go to bank accounts. And here you can just create the bank account. Customer bank account. Just click on create. Country. Okay, so bank name and all just here. So I'm going to select Fusion Bank only. Okay, instead of creating the separate one, just I'll go with the Fusion Bank. I think customer also have account in the Fusion Bank and Fusion branch only, but accounts totally different. Customer bank and our bank accounts. And I set currency here, and I'll write the name Fusion customer bank account. Okay, just provide these details and say save and close. And here we have a just debit authorization. Here you can select the instrument and all. What you can do here is just save it. Okay, just click on create. It will default, it will auto generate the number here. Okay, just here reference identification number it will generate. You can select your legal entity. Okay, what is the name? Fusion, right? Fusion USA legal entity. Okay, that's enough. Just say save and close. And here you can specify the instrument related information as a some additional information. So the payment which you are receiving through automatic receipts, that falls into what category of this instrument. Anything, just I don't see here as a bank account transfers and all. Just for it's just something like additional information. May provide. I want to select some random selection, as I say, account receivable check. Here what falls under what exactly? Just I'm going to select some other. Just as additional information you can select related to this. So we done at account level. The same we'll do at site level. Go to site and click on site number. Go to payment details. So click on add. Select automatic receipt method, Fusion bank transfers. You may just mark it as a primary. So just go to bank accounts. Now again you want to create, you can add it already. Just now we created, you can add it. This is the one. Fusion customer bank account. Debit authorization, everything it's just getting defaulted. And as a just additional information you may set it, or else you can ignore it. Nothing wrong with this. So primary point here is we have to assign the receipt method to customer site, as well as we have to create the customer bank account details. That's all. Okay, we're done with that. Now just when you create the automatic receipts, that will be creating through batch only. So what number we want to follow for the batch numbering, that we can go and set through receipt source. So we'll create the receipt source to set the numbering for receipt batch. Go to implementation project. Say receipt source. Manage receipt sources. Click on go to task. Also just create Fusion US business unit. Fusion automatic source. Again, you don't need to write as a source, just automatic. Then select receipt source type as automatic. You may set receipt class and all as a default for this. So class also created as a Fusion automatic, right? Bank account transfer, bank account, and batch numbering set automatic. And what should be starting number? Okay, batch number start after. That means I'll give 100. It should start with 100 from 101. Say save and close. So we're done with this. Now you have to set internal pay. It's a mandatory setup. Otherwise, you just this process won't work. Okay. Here you can search from your project, or this you can search from outside of the project also. You may search with the funds or directly. Just let's search with the term called as funds. And here you can go with this task called as define funds capture. And here we have a task called as manage internal pages. This directly you can type also. This is nothing but internal pages. I'll just set it as a okay. You have to create the internal pages. Okay. Generally, by default, there won't be any internal page set up in the fresh environment, but this is the Vision instance, so we know there is some sample definitions. So these you can see as the sample definitions. I'm going to use this. If you want to create your own, you can create it. You in that case, you have to go with this, and before that, payment system also you have to create. Okay, you can refer this and you may create, but now to complete this process and all, that's not mandatory. Only the point is we have to add our business unit into this page list. That's all. So we have a one predefined as a Vision Online. I'm just going to edit it, and here what I'll do is I'll add our business unit here. Okay, I'll be adding our business unit here. If you want to create your own, what you have to do is first you have to create the payment system accounts. Those payment system account you can select. Okay, first you can create the payment system accounts. After creating payment account systems, directly you can create the internal pages. There you can select the pay accounts here. Then you can add your business unit. Select your business unit. Vision US business unit. So save and close. No, you can go with this, not first one, global one. Sample pay system account. You can go with this. Okay, here you can add your business unit. Here it should come all. Well, it's not coming all. One second. It will display all the business unit. I think this is the one. I selected Vision Corporation. No, just select this option. Edit. It also not display. I think nothing is selected here already. So okay, fine, no issues. Okay, anything fine, anything is okay. Just you go here and say. Just we have to make sure that our business unit is selected here. Otherwise, it won't work. Select our business unit. And say save and close. Okay, we're done with this setup. Okay, now for testing, what we'll do, we'll create two transactions. Go to billing. Create transactions. Fusion invoice. Customer is Fusion customer 1. I'll say $25,000. And after giving this information, go to show more. Okay, go to show more, and here we have a tab called as payment. We have to make sure that, okay, this receipt method is getting selected here. Okay, receipt method is selected. Okay, because customer level we given, so that is defaulting. You can just save it. Okay, you can save it. Now you can again go to show more, go to payments. So this payment details also will get defaulted from the customer side. Okay, so this you have to make sure that system is just defaulting. So now you can say complete and review. Create a transaction number 101. This is okay. This is normal, like based on the auto transaction source. This is number generating, and I'll say just I'll cancel and I'll create one more transaction. Invoice, original customer. So some services. So this transaction amount also I'm going to give 25,000. Anyway, system will be defaulting. You don't need to go and check every time. Once you save it, it will be defaulting the customer bank account details also. Okay. So this is what debit authorization. This will treat as instrument number and all. System will be treating that as an instrument number. Then you can say complete and review. Okay, done. Now we'll go and create the automatic receipts. So go to navigator, select task as accounts receivable. Go to task panel. Say create automatic receipts. Select receipt method, Fusion bank account, bank transfers. And now you can just say submit. You'll submit the request. You may just go and review from schedule process. Create automatic receipt batch, submitted. Generating automatic receipts, remittance log is completed. Now here you can find the same. Here if you refresh, it should come here. Okay, so batch type is automatic. Okay, so batch number, it is taking the batch number, and count is 2, and the actual total is 50 because we created two transactions with. Okay, we created two transactions, 25,000, 25,000. Now if you want to see those two transactions, you can click on this batch number. You can see those two. The customer bank account, everything is tagged with this. Okay, fine. So now I'll just say approve on the format. It's submitted for that. Now just you can click on this, it will get refreshed. It will go down. So completed, right? Okay, done. It's completed. Now you can just go to manage receipts. Bank transfers, then click on search. You can find those two receipts. Okay, the receipt numbers 101 and 102. So this is how just we can create the automatic receipts. If you open this, why system is taking this 101? Okay, this is the transaction numbers. We just given the option at the receipt method definition time. So copy transaction number as receipt number. If you open this receipt, you can see the same. Click on this receipt number 101. So the receipt is 101, 25,000, which is created against this transaction. The transaction number also 101. The same transaction number system is taking a receipt number and created. Okay. So this is all about automatic receipts. Okay, this is what we tested done. And this late charges, so this function is not working. For now, I'm going to keep the status as pending. We'll see that after some time. And other point here is create accounting entries and transfer to general ledger. This just it's all about submitting the schedule process. You can submit from here or else from the billing section also you can do that. Here you can type create accounting. The parameters you can select for which application. Select for which application you want to create accounting. say for the receivables, the ledger, Fusion USA primary ledger, transfer to general ledger as post in general ledger, yes. Okay, done. So these are the specific parameter you can select and submit. Okay, completed. Now you may go and find the journals in GL. We have general ledger.
Lakshman,
Yeah.
like, are they following the same
So,
design for the subledger and the GL interfaces?
sorry.
Do we have the same design
Yeah,
as
yeah. Same,
EBS
same,
for
same.
the subledger
Yeah,
account?
yeah.
Okay.
Got it. Same. So accounting period, you just select Jan 16. No changes in even tables also, table names also remain same. Okay, interface concept and interface table names are base tables all remain same. Source I'm selecting as here receivables. Then search. You can find all the sales invoice and the receipts information here. So we are getting the period wise and these are receipts and these are the payments. Okay, again the batch statuses are posted. Let me just open one journal. Okay, so this is just it's not a learning point, but just as a part of this course I mentioned. So that's all about creating accounting entries and transferring general ledger. Overview on the receivables period close. The same, it's remain as a so EBS how we just do the period close and all. When you talk about period close, we know like we'll make sure that we'll complete all the transactions and we'll be reviewing the unapplied receipts, right? And what are the receipts need to be remitted to bank by the time just we'll perform the remittance and we'll be sending and well anyway already we done with the create accounting activity and we'll be reviewing the uh, open items and all means unposted items reports we'll go through it and we'll do that that's what we'll be doing primarily. After that we'll go with the reconciliations and all. Anyway we'll see that reconciliation also next point I mentioned. The same practice will follow here. We'll just will account it if any other systems if you have to import the data we'll be importing. We'll complete it. We'll run, just go with the open items review and we'll create accounting and transferring to general ledger. That process remains same. Here again, we don't need to do with that activity. So just that's the reason just I mentioned as a just overview, in the sense that just want to give you the point as there is no difference. And other point is we'll see the receivables under general ledger reconciliation, how to reconcile. So finally we have to make sure that there is no difference between this. When you run this reconciliation, there should not be any variance for the respective control accounts between GL and receivables application. So already we performed payables and GL reconciliation activity. The same process we have to follow for receivables also. Anyway, we'll do it. Okay. So when I talk about this receivables, first I want to check which account. I think seems to two accounts we have as a part of our value set, but I want to check which account we used in our system options. So based on that, we'll go and set that account as a reconciliation account. So system options. So manage receivable system options. Select, click on edit. I'm sorry, I just no, I just came here. I have to go to auto accounting, right? Go to auto accounting rules. I don't remember which account we given. I seems to two accounts are there with the same name with a slight difference. We'll see that anyway. Receivables 12101. Okay, this is the account we used. Okay, for the same we'll go and set the reconciliation related parameters. Fine. 12101. Fine. So to perform the reconciliation, what we have to do is just go to your value chart of account values. So your chart of accounts values set values. Chart of accounts. Okay, chart of accounts value set values. So we are using which value set? Corporation account, right? Let's go to that. So for payables, accounts payable account, how we set that parameter means sigma and value attribute. The same process we have to follow here. Our value set code is corporate account. Right, this is the one. You can go to manage values. You can search for accounts receivables account value. See, that's what here we have two values. One is 12000, other one is 12101. This is what we used in our receivables auto accounting configuration. You select it, click on edit. So here you have to set financial classification as account receivables. So since this is a value set, most of the people are using this environment. Somebody already did that. Okay. So by default, when we are creating, we are not selecting as a blank. We are taking. If you need this account for reconciliation, set to accounts receivable. And you can set reconcile also. Yes. Okay, somebody said third party control account also as a customer control account only. That means there should be customer association, then only that this account can be used. Fine. So this is what we have to notice. Financial category we have to set to accounts receivable and set reconcile as a yes. Then say save and close. Done. Now we have to submit the jobs. Go to schedule process. Just search with the receivables. You'll get that reconciliation related. Sorry, I written wrong. So yeah, here we have, this is the one, I guess. Yeah, this is the one. Just so this is what we have to select the job. Okay, prepare receivables to general ledger reconciliation. Select this. So it shows like prepare transactions and accounting information for reconciling Oracle Fusion receivables to general ledger with the same control account. Then say okay. Here we have to give the request name. So we are going to do reconciliation in the John 17. Here to GL. They may select specific business unit. So accounting period for John 16. And account, okay, include and apply receipts and apply the. Here we have to select that control account. Say add field. Just account is enough. Just select account. Account is equal to 12101, right? Such. This is the control account we are using. Then say okay. Okay, done. Now you can submit. Against this, now what this program will do is with the same account, what are the information we have from payable side, receivable side as well as GL side, it will collect. Get done, completed. Now go to billing. Go to task panel. Here we don't have the task. Go to accounts receivable. Sorry. So here you can find the task as the reconciliation related task. Receivables to ledger reconciliation, nothing but GL. Just click on this. Now if there is any variance between receivables under GL with the control account called as account receivables, like 10101, the account whatever we given, it will display now. For that, we have to provide the parameters. So we just before we are navigating to this, we run one program called as prepare receivables to general ledger reconciliation. There we given one parameter request name. The name we have to provide here. With that name, whatever the data system is fetched from receivables as well as GL, that will get displayed through this submission. Okay. So this is the request name. This is the name we given, right? By default, system selected. You may go with the filtration of your business unit. If you want to run it for specific segments, you can do it to specific natural accounts also. Just click on apply. So here it's showing some difference. Sorry. Okay. So here you can see all the information. So difference is not coming. This is normally just a beginning balance closing. There is no difference. No difference. That means there is no issue with this. If you find the difference, you can click on that amounts. Then it will show the reason. Okay, what reason the difference are coming. So everything just we processed and transferred to GL. There is no difference between the GL and the receivables against the control account. So that's how we can do the reconciliation part. Running the standard reports. So I think just this already we did that. I think I unnecessarily mentioned the course content. So I'll be updating that. So this is what running the reports means. From here we can run, right? So from schedule process you can run the reports. Okay, from schedule process you can run any report. From here you can run any report. Okay, this is what I just mentioned. Any report you can run from here. This is one place where you can run any report or any job. Okay, the other option we have here is refresh. The other option we have to run any report, we have a BI publisher. Okay, for that you can take this navigation reports and analytics. Anyway, when we are working on that OTBA reporting and BA reporting, we'll see that. But just for information, you can go to this and here you can select. You can expand here, or else directly you can click on this financial, that will get displayed here everything. It's not taking here. Fine, no issues. We'll expand here only. You can go with the receivables. Once you select, it has to display here. It's taking time or what? Fine. The billing related. Okay. Anything just you can select and you can run from here. Transaction details report. Click on more. Okay, it will get displayed here. From here also you can run the reports, but I'll take you through the detail how to create the OTBA reports and the BI basic report also. At that time we'll see detail level. But just remember, this is the place from where we can run the reports. Okay.
Lakshman,
Yeah.
I have one question.
Yeah.
Okay, we have the more tab, right? Under the more, I didn't see any custom actually. Is there any do I need to give any kind of permissions to get the customize?
Customize.
Because suppose if we want to modify the existing report, we need to do customize, right?
Yeah, custom. When you select custom, it will be stored in the custom folder automatically.
Yeah, but that
You
option is
have
not showing.
you have like full control, like be an administrator role. Then it should come if it is applicable for that.
It's
It
not
should be.
coming,
It
this
should be there.
automation here.
It should be there. Mm,
That option is not showing actually.
yeah. Just we'll see that. I'll just make a note when we are covering that part, BI basic reporting and OTB. At that time, definitely I'll touch that. Okay, we'll see that why it is not coming. Is there any other control? But generally, there is no other option to enable or disable. If you have that permissions, then definitely you should be able to see that. Okay, because this is coming for many other templates and all. Okay, when you are going to do like check printing, check format, just to customize and all, for all the custom option is coming. But here I can see that it's not coming. Just we will see that. Will definitely will touch that point. I'll just make a note. Okay, fine. One other place is from here also you can run the reports, but we'll see how to just to do all those activities when we just come to business BA related. Okay. So that is just simple point to discuss, and generating OTBI publisher reports. It's not overview. We'll do it, but already that we have as a pending concept within the payables only. But it's not like it's specific to payables or receivables. We know it's a common functionality that reports and all. We'll do that. It's anyway pending. But once we complete with this subledger part and all, we'll do all this. OTBA reports and BA reports. At that time, we'll go through that, whatever the options we are saying, why it's not coming, we'll look into that, definitely. Find that. So,
Lakshman, one
yeah,
basic question.
yeah, please.
Compared to EBS, so for in EBS, for each responsibility, we assign a request group and we group set of
Yep.
reports or programs under that one.
Yes.
So, is there something is done similar to that in Fusion or
I,
no?
I shown, right? I shown how to add the report, right? I think you didn't attend that session. Okay, the first day just we gone through that how to customize the reports and all. Later I just shown how to add the reports from APM. I think I added uh, payables invoice register or something I added. You can go through that videos. Okay, you can find it. If you don't find, let me know. Just I'll show you. It won't take much time. Okay, I
Okay.
just covered that point. So somebody asked also before that. I just added. Okay, so from APM we did that. You try. If you have any issue, let me know. We'll see that. Okay, for from air side only this late charges I'll be covering a bit late. It's not working in this environment because without output, even if I'm going to show you the setup, it won't be good. That is the reason I'm not going to show you. So I'll take it as it's a pending for now. Okay. So with this we completed receivables also. And the AP side, it's we don't need to treat these two concepts are very related to AP, but I just mentioned this will be covering a bit later. Okay, first let's focus on application, then we'll go with the reporting. So PO we done and AR. Now we'll see it's 8:15. Okay, yeah, we can go with the for today with the Fusion tax. We'll see the Fusion tax basic configuration, and we'll create the transaction. How system is going to calculate the tax. We'll see in today's session. Okay, fine. So to work on this, what we'll do is just let's take all the required configuration what we have to do. Oracle Fusion tax configuration. So if you remember what setups we do when we do, I mean, in case of EBS, almost same setups we have to complete. Okay, anyway, let's list out and we'll do one by one. So pretty simple configuration. I'll just take you through the R2R flow related configuration. So first we'll create tax regime. Sorry. Okay. And after creating tax regime, we'll have to create taxes we have to create. and say create tax jurisdictions and create tax status and create tax rates. Okay, basically this is just will create it. After completing these setups, we will go and set up, say, I'll just say define, or else fine, no issues, just say create configuration. It's a tax owner or something. Owner tax will be having, I think, owner tax. Owner tax think options. Okay, so we have to will go and set create a configuration owner tax options. Okay, so this is what just will complete. After completing this, there are a few more points which you have to understand. Going and just verifying in the tax simulator. Before that, we will go and verify to tax geographies. There will make sure that the tax calculation validation checkbox is enabled for the respective country, for which country we are going to do, and we'll create one location. That location will be, what we'll do is we'll do that in the setups. We'll discuss based on that. We'll look into the further setups which we have to complete, but these let's take as these are the primary setups which we have to complete. First we'll go and create the tax regime. So we know this is not mandatory how to do everything from the project only. This is since this fusion tax is not specific to something. This you can do as a common setup. I mean to say that. Okay. So let's go to setup and maintenance. Say tax regimes. So manage tax regimes. Just say create. I'll give the name as Fusion UX tax regime. Fine, we'll go with the resume level as a country. Select country. And the start date. I'll just go with a very past date, 51 1151 1951. I'll say here it's not mandatory, just I'm putting some minimal accountable unit. Yes, I'll set. Then what else? I'm going to set some general controls as a allow, override, undo, enter and enclosure tax lines. The validation type, tax reporting configuration, these and all we don't require. And we'll just go and give the party name. You can select your business unit.
Lakshman.
Yep.
Yeah, on the top you give like a 51, right?
Sorry? Yeah, 51.
Like 1951,
yeah.
right?
1951, yes.
If you give the 1951, just 51. If you give the 51, you take the 2051, right?
Yeah, it will take 2051. Yes, correct.
Yeah. Okay.
No, that's it, right? If you give 17, it will treat as a 2017. That's it. Yep. Okay, just I'm selecting Fusion US Business Unit and the tax configuration owner. You can select a common configuration or common configuration, the party overrides. I think you can select and just set. So no change you will find when you compare with EBS related configuration as is the given.
So, Lakshman, so it looks like the screen is exactly same as EP tax.
Yes, yes, exactly. Okay, find the effective date and all. I given this. This is also, let me give the past date. Okay, no, this is okay. We can go with the today date, not an issue. Then say save and close. Done with the resume definition. Now we'll go and create the taxes. Say manage taxes and click on create. Select tax regime, what we created just now. I'll just type here Fusion. Configuration owner, you can select global configuration owner. Tax name, let me give Fusion. I'll just give VAT standard, anything just you can give just for testing. Fusion VAT, tax name also same. Tax type. See, the configuration remains same. It can be payables use test or receivables use test. Okay, done. And select here geography type. What level you want to calculate the tax. Okay, so tax say we want to calculate state level. I'm selecting geography type as state. Parent geography type is I'll select country. Parent geography name US. Okay, so right geography it's not required. The same, everything is defaulting. Fine. So I'll say allow override of calculated tax lines and just enable allow entry of manual tax lines if you require. Accordingly, just you can set all these options. So primarily just will go to this rest not required. Okay, just you can save up to here. Okay, tax we are defining at state level. Okay, that is just other point to understand. Now I'll go to the tax rule defaults. So since we are going to define for US, like US location based tax is applicable. So for that reason, what I want to do is the direct defaults I want to set as a place of supply based on ship to, and tax applicability, yes, applicable, and tax registration. If ship to is not available, ship to, use bill to if ship to is not available. Okay, these are the just conditions defaults I'm going to set. Because anyway system will be defaulting, we can accept the same. Now we can just go on to define the tax jurisdiction status and rate everything here. To define that, we just select tax jurisdiction, then click on, and before that I just go save it. Okay, what are the selection I did, I saved. I'm going to create the tax jurisdiction. Create default. I'll say Fusion jurisdiction Just I'm giving some random test and how to complete this. And geography type, already we given that is state. And geography name, geography name, just what we can take here. Let's take California. Select California. And is all defaulting. Okay, you don't want to change anything. Everything is fine. Then just save it. Say save and close. So we created jurisdiction. Now select tax status. Again, click on create default. That means based on this point, we can understand if ship 2 is going to be California, then the tax will get applicable. That's what we are trying to create. I'll say Fusion standard status name also same, and everything is defaulting here as 51 since we given in the resume. Fine, that's all. Say save and close. And let's go and create the tax rate. Create default. Okay. Select tax status. Fusion standard. Let's say Fusion VAT at the rate of say 10% I'm giving. So this should be applicable in which flows. You can select which flows, just O2C, P2P and expense. Okay, just let it be, no problem. Or else you may uncheck O2C and expense so that you can see this tax calculation only in the payables. I'm not going to change it, let it be, so that this will be applicable in the 3 flows. And here I'll go and give that rate 10%. Effective
Lakshman,
start date.
why the jurisdiction is not coming by default?
Where? Hello? Who is asking this?
Lakshman Maruti.
Yeah, Maruti.
Jurisdiction is not.
It won't get defaulted. It won't get defaulted. Not required also for this mapping. Okay, that's not required for this jurisdiction. Okay, fine. Just this is what just this information you have to provide. So now see, because a simple point, these and all just we are taking into tax and I mean this would be part of that. We are doing the relation like status. I mean, just let me complete that. I'll show you there how we are linking and mapping. So just provide the percentage, and anyway, it is selecting as a default and default start date. Everything is taking. Then go to tax accounts and just click on create. Select your ledger. Say Fusion. Time ledger. Optional, you may provide your business unit, but not mandatory. If you want to give, you can give, or else if you want to make it as it should be specific to particular BU, yes. Say okay and provide this mandatory tax account, tax liability account. Just provide department. I'm not sure that account is there or not. Will go with the will take. I think tax account may not be available. Tax related loan. No, just anyway, just liability account is required. I'm selecting this accounts payable account. There won't be any issue at all. Okay. So we're done with this. So save and close. Okay, just we completed all this. Just 1 second. I'll go with this edit. Standard we have. Yeah, fine. Then I'm not going to enable simulator also as of now. Just we'll complete that tax owner configuration. After that, we'll just and come and enable. Then we'll see that. Okay, and we have some additional setups also need to be completed. So just say done now. Okay, just there will be one other task. Something like owner tax options. Just type as owner tax options. Yep. Manage configuration, owner tax options. Click on this task. Then click on create. Here, the configuration owner, you can select your business unit. So event class. So we'll test in payables. So I'll go with the standard invoice. You can take the start date. Okay, this precedence and all, it's not mandatory. And just I may enable the same like override tax and inclusive tax lines here. And it's a very mandatory point here is regime determination set. Here by default the standard we have two. One is STCC means standard tax classification code. Second one is tax regime based means determine applicability tax regime. So when I talk about STCC, okay. So here basically for which countries there won't be any location based tax, in that cases will be using STCC. You know, like countries like Canada and Mexico, for those countries you can use it. But like countries like US where we have a location based tax and all, in that case you can go with the okay tax regime option. Just you can select and just say save and close. Done. Okay, we're done with this. Now what we have to do is, now we are going to calculate the tax based on the location. Especially just we created, we said tax calculation should takes place at state level. Okay, there we selected state as a California, right? So now we have to make sure that in the geographies level the tax validation is enabled. Okay, just we'll go to the manage geographies, there will verify. Okay, tax validation checkbox is enabled or not, we'll go and check it now. So here we know the task already, we just gone through that before we start doing the setups in the system. So search for manage geographies. Open, yeah. So US, Here, just go to validation define. Just click on validation define. Here you can verify that. Okay. So here, if you notice address style formats, we have United States postal address format, United States tax address format, no style format. For these three formats, this tax validation should get enabled. Okay, just first one I'm selecting. Yes, it's validation is there. And second format I'm selecting. Tax address format, yes, validation is there. Even for this no style format also you have to make sure that that is there. No style format, yes, validation is there. This is what we have to check. Okay, then for everything tax validation check boxes are enabled for all the formats. Then so this is what we have to verify. If it is not, the validation is not set, it won't happen what we have just planned to calculate now. Okay, fine, then just click on done. uh, Now what we'll do is we'll just go on to create the location. Sorry, just give me 1 second. I have to get some glass of water. 1 second, please. I'll be back. I'm sorry. Fine. So that's what we have to go and validate it. We have to verify that. So if that is fine, so based on this, since we are going to calculate tax location base, there will be one just program which we have to submit. Go to schedule process. Okay. Let me write here just as a for our information. After that, say geography is what we are trying to do. Check tax validation. Okay. Then after this, what we have to do is we have to submit on program which will synchronize these geographies and tax related configurations what we did. Okay. I don't remember that program name. Something like something it starts with a validation. Say run validation or validate something. I don't remember. I think validate geographies. I don't remember. Just will go and check it. Validate geographies. Some address, I guess. Okay, this program we have to run. Okay. Just will go and see that. I'm not sure on this. Okay, this is a recommended job we have to submit. We'll go and see that. validate, just search, you may find it, or else we'll go with, yeah, got it, this is the one. So validate geographies of address against master geographies. Okay, this is the recommended one, you should run it. Okay, before you go with the tax calculations and all, since we are going to calculate the tax based on the location, okay, geography based tax and all location based, so you should run it. Say okay, so you can just look into that, all the information, it verifies whether geography elements of an address, okay, like state, city, postal code are valid as per the master geography data. All it stores geography's name, referencing information for the addresses. Okay, just it will synchronize that geography's definition. And here openly you can go and submit it, or else you can give the parameter to complete immediate base. It will be asking for some parameters. Yeah, remember those parameters, something like per address of something will give. So if you want to give that, see directly you can go and submit, but it is taking too much time. So the location table name will be having something like per address, RESSS per addresses. If I remember this, and run type you can select as all. This is just dynamic parameters. Okay, and usage code, tax, these three parameters you can give. Okay, so just you may make a note if you want. Anyway, you'll be playing this, it's not required. So per address F, this is the actual table name where this validation takes place, and run type is all you can select, and usage code, tax you can take. That's all. Or else you open with the open parameters also you can submit, but takes too much time. That is the reason just I'm recommending to go with these parameters. Then submit it. Okay, say okay. Let it complete, it takes time. Oh, this validation is failed. Maybe I given the wrong parameters, I don't remember, that's what I just remember. No issues, you can go and run with the open option better. Okay, just you can run without validate geographies. You can submit it without parameter, but I don't remember exactly which parameters we have to pass, but not mandatory, just you can see there. I felt those are the exact what just you directly can submit it. Why it's sending with error and all. Okay, you must enter a location table name. But whatever I entered, right? there is some connection we lost. Let me reconnect.
I think Lakshman, in the geography validation, we do need to provide hedge locations table.
Sorry. No, not required.
In the
Not
map,
required. I did this multiple time. It's not required. Just validate geographies. Say okay. Location table for addresses CF. Yeah, this is the one. Fine. I just give it that. Yeah, this earlier we tried. I entered all right. It was not accepting. Again, the same message is showing. 1 second. Done. We'll provide it. Run type earlier I given right all. Usage code also tax. Basically we have to give. Fine, we'll try with this since I said it out. I'll see. Initially in the first run only I given those three parameters. Generally those three are required. Let's
Lakshman,
simplify the
I'm
run.
checking metallic.
Yeah,
Lakshman,
yeah, please.
here like the table name should be hedge locations, run type all, usage code geography.
Usage type geography.
Usage code geography. These three need to be provided.
Okay. But I remember I did in this way. Let me check. Because I executed, it was working fine. Done. That's it. Okay. See, just now you can see in that output also it is showing that same recommendation. Okay, this is what we have to provide. Okay. Done. So after completing this, what we'll do is, say we just set the rule saying that tax regime based. That means we given the tax calculation state level. So and that to that rule we given ship to. Okay, that means ship to based it will calculate the ship to. We are going to have, if ship to is going to be, see, we given the California, right? California, then tax will get applicable. Okay, to bring that kind of environment, I mean case in the system, what we'll do, we'll go and create the location. Okay, just we'll go and create the location with the California. say manage locations. We'll create new location. Fusion tax location, just for the information I'm giving as the tax location. Okay. And here I'll take select state as California. Well, let me go with it. City. Yeah, I'll go with this Los Angeles, California. Select zip code. The zip code for this. Anyone can give me the zip code for that? Or from California, if somebody is here.
Yes, that's with something started with 9.
9.
You can take that one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Fine. Okay. Done. Now you can save it. Okay. You just I'll just click on review, because normally it's recommended to click on review also when you are creating the location, but earlier what we created just for those general locations, so I didn't do that. But since the tax, we have to do that activity also. Just click on review and finally say submit. Sorry. Just click on that. Fine. We defined. Now what we'll do is we'll go to the supplier. Okay, and the supplier level will assign ship to location as whatever just now we created. So go to supplier. Manage suppliers. Say cloud. Sorry, it's a fusion right for us. Fusion Supplier 2, just click on edit and go to sites, click on edit and go to site assignments, and here you can provide that ship to. Okay, just when we are calculating the tax and all, system will look for that for what state tax is applicable, if that is going to be part of ship to location. That's it, California. So done, that's all. This is setup we have to do. Now what we'll do is, before we just go on to test this, first we'll go and do the simulation of the tax, whether it's getting calculated or not.
But
Let's say save and close.
personal supplier,
Sorry?
supplier will be paying the tax. So it's
We are going to be payable, so I'm going to take example.
that's it.
Yep. So tax is applicable when you are paying the tax to the when you are paying the invoice to, when you are making the payment to supplier, and supplier invoices, tax is applicable. If that ship to is going to be California, that's it. That if it is ship to is going to be California, then 10% tax is applicable. That's what we define. The same we are going to test now. Okay. Now what we'll do is go to taxes, because we didn't enable tax simulation and enable tax for transaction checkbox. Okay, say manage taxes. Here we'll search let's say tax name as Fusion. Sorry, is not blank. I'll select search. Yep, this is what we created, and click on edit. So enable tax for simulation. Enable tax for transaction, we'll do it later. First we'll enable it and we'll test it. If tax is getting calculated, then we'll enable, then we'll have a transaction and we'll test it. Then say save and close. Okay, then click on done. Here search for simulator. So manage simulator transactions. Go to manage simulator transactions and say create. So before we are going to deploy that setup for actual process, we are going to test it. I'll say purchase invoice event class, and I'll select our legal entity. And select business unit. You can give any number, just for testing only. Okay, now here you can select your supplier name, that is Fusion. Just tab out. Two only, not withholding. So here see the default ship to is defaulting because the supplier site level is given, so it's getting defaulted. So just you can enter some amount here. So 10,000 I'm giving. Already here we given ship to all. Again we don't need to provide all those things. Then simply you can save it. Means if ship to is going to be this California, of course within this the address name I given like that, within that we have California, 10% tax should get applicable. So if you want to see that, click on view tax lines. Just directly click on view tax lines. It should calculate. Yeah, it's calculated. Rate is 10%, amount is 1000 on 10,000. That's it. So that means it's working fine. What are the configuration we did? Everything is getting synchronized. Then you can save and close here, and again now go back to the what I can say this managed access. Find our tax. Vision VAT we given. It's coming, no issues to search multiple. Click on edit. So enable tax for transaction. Now this will get applied on the actual invoices. Enable, then say save and close. Click on that. Now we'll create the supplier invoice and we'll test over there. Go to invoices. Create invoice. Wait, some error message for this. Just cancel and I'll reopen. Attribute accounting date in invoice line U is required. Why it is looking for accounting date now? It's fine. Okay. I think periods are not open here. Let's go and check it. Okay, the period is not open. Open target period. Jan 17. Just will create the invoice. I'll give you invoice number. So I'm going to enter say So 10,000. Invoice amount 10,000. And distribution set we given at the site level, so the same is defaulting. And if you notice, it will be defaulting ship to also, because we given at site level, site assignment level given the same California. Based on that, system should calculate the tax. So now just save it. Okay, save it. Now simply you can say calculate tax. Scroll down. Here you can see sorry, so 1,000 tax is calculated. Now total is 11. Accordingly you can update in the header level, make it 11,000. So 10% is getting calculated because ship to location is California. Now say validate. So done. That's all. So it's got validated. So that's all about the basic configuration and testing, whatever just we plan to do it. Okay. So that's all for today. Any just questions, please, or else we can wind up the session for today. Any issues you have with instance when you're practicing or anything, just let me know. You can look into that. Hope everybody is aware of that password we changed and we shared with everyone. I just circulated one mail to everyone. Still, if any issues with the instance or your practice related issues, please get back to us. We'll work on it. Okay. Fine. Any questions? Fine. Anyway, I'll be available for 5 more minutes on this call meeting. If you have meantime, if you have any questions, you can ask me. Any issues? Okay, I'll be uploading this video maybe within 1 hour time to the same folder. That's all. Okay. Fine. Then see you tomorrow. Have a good day and good night. Thank you.
Lakshman?
Yeah.
Hey, this is Armstrong.
Yeah, I'm sorry, please.
So remains.
Hello.
I have one question on the AR side.
Yeah, please.
That you show the automatic receipt, right?
Correct.
And then within that setup, you set up the manage internal payee. That's where I was lost. So I don't know what purpose we have to set it up. You say
Because,
it's,
got it.
why?
See, what happens is when you are doing the automatic receipts, basically these automatic receipts, we take in the case as a bank transfers, right?
Yes.
And along with that, we can do the credit card payments. Credit card payments
Yes.
also can use. In case of credit card payments, once you create it, automatic receipts, those information will be routed to Oracle payments.
Yes,
It will
that's
goes
correct.
to Oracle payments. Through Oracle payments, will be routing the complete. You will be doing that
Yes,
complete
we have
process,
to
right?
set it up the payment administration, right? For
Correct.
the CSV releasement.
Exactly. So this is how it works. We know. So what Oracle does, that means the automatic receipts, okay, will get connected with Oracle payments in case of what I can say credit card payments, right?
Okay.
So
Yes.
that is the reason they made that setup is mandatory even if you are doing the bank account transfers. That's it. Reality, it's not required. Okay, right?
It's not required, but it
Not
has been
required.
done. Okay.
Yeah. They made it as mandatory. But if you see in EBS, we no need to do it. But Fusion,
Yes. Yeah, I don't remember that.
yeah,
Okay.
here we should do it.
Now
Otherwise
it
it
helps.
won't work. Yep.
Okay, I will do it. I'll mark it as a note. Okay.
Yep.
And EP tax, right now I don't have any question. If I can ask any question right in the future.
Yeah,
I don't
definitely.
mind.
We can keep in touch. Not an issue. You can email us.
Yep.
If any quick discussions required, you can call me on my direct number, or we have our team numbers. So you have my
Yes.
direct number, right?
Yeah, I do have my
Yeah,
your
yeah,
number.
yeah. You can WhatsApp me
Okay.
or else you can call me directly. We can discuss anytime, no issues.
Okay.
I'll be available.
Thank
I'll be
you.
available not just for the training period when you're working. Also, if you need some information, if you if you have some issue or
Okay.
where I can help you, we can work on it.
Yeah. Yeah. So where do you located? You're located in Amirpet?
Amirpet only, yes.
Oh, good. Okay. I learned the org tool from Amirpet only, but I didn't go there. But his instructor name is Prasad, MP Prasad, something like that. So
Okay, okay.
that's a long ago.
Even in 2004, even I learned from Amirpet only in 2004.
Oh, you did that? Okay.
Everyone should learn from Amirpet only, Max.
Oh man, Amirpet is hub for this.
Correct.
I'll come if I get a chance to do it. I'll do it.
Yeah, sure.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, thanks,
Thank you.
thanks.
Have a good day.
And Armstrong, I think you asked about check format, right?
Yes, we're going to look at
Maybe
during
in
the.
tomorrow session I'll be showing that tomorrow session because almost we're
Okay.
done with the
Yeah.
payables and receivables. Everything's done and stuff. Keeping those options
Yes.
are those also open. Will before
Yes.
we go ahead with something else for tomorrow session, I'll show you that complete process.
Okay. Yep. I'll wait for your.
Yeah. Thanks.
Okay, man.
Yeah. Thank you,
Thank you,
Armstrong.
Lakshman. Take
Thank,
rest.
yeah.
You're
Thank you.
often having the cough. You take some herbal medicines.
Thank you.
You're
Thank you.
struggling with a lot of calls, right?
Yes,
So
yes, yes, yes.
there is one Tamil word is there. I don't know whether you know Tamil or not.
No, I don't know. I
Um,
don't know.
oh,
I,
you don't know, right?
I,
His name is Adi Maduram. The name of the herbal powder is Adi Maduram.
yeah, I'll give you a call. I'll give you a call after this. Definitely, I'll take some help from
Oh,
you on
yeah,
this.
that's okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep. Thanks, Armstrong. Thank you. Any other questions, please? Okay, seems to no questions. So I'm going to stop this session. Okay. See you tomorrow. Thank you. Bye.